Hey, what's going on, world? And of course, it's another fine and wonderful Tuesday right here on the Sports Bros podcast. Did I mention it was your favorite sports podcast? Yes. Another action-packed episode of the Sports Bros podcast. You know who I am. I'm your boy, the HOC, Eddie Cool up in this thing. And of course, I have two of the best hosts in the world. I don't call them co-hosts. Why? Because when I was out with the Shingle Shangles, they held me down. They held me down. And so, we just don't when you got guys, good guys that hold you down, you don't give them no sorry title like co-host. They are also the host of this podcast as well, too. Introducing first, down there in Fayetteville, North Carolina, El Capitan manning the ship. He pounding. He is the one, the only, the almighty Be Live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today? We are here at it again, episode 353 of the Sports Rose podcast, and it don't get no better, man. I try my best to improve every single episode, whether it be my skills behind the mic, the equipment that I use, or even the fine lighting that I'm using here.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Hey, yo, saying I ain't got no ring light. I got actual studio lights now. So, oh yeah. And look at that. Look at that. Look at it. Just died on me because I'm using too much. And it's all right. Hey, but when that doesn't work, I always have a backup. It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Ain't one light gonna hold me down. Yeah, boom. Ta-da. I need to find a charger to it, but it's all right. It's all good. We're gonna keep this show moving. With that being said, there's another guy that's part of this podcast, out here cheering for the Pirates and everything, watching them lose and lose and lose and back
Wow.
to under 500 baseball, and he still thinks it's more exciting than watching a soccer match. Go ahead and introduce the other guy when it comes to the Sports Bros podcast. Yes, sir.
And the other guys Be Live alluded to, here's the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania, who will be like yours truly, getting back on this high school football grind. Me here in Ohio, him over there in Washington, Pennsylvania. He is the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania, the one, the only, the money man, Scotty D.
All I can say is that my life is pretty plain, and I like to watch the puddles gather rain. And I bring that to you because the last time I talked to you guys, I was about to head out to work at the Pony League World Series, and it just didn't happen. Rain came, it came some more, it came some more, and that was it. The Pony League World Series washed out in 2026.
Ugh.
Unplayable field conditions, unable to reschedule or move the games anywhere. It was a disaster. It was a heartbreak, but life goes on.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was a tough situation, and everyone was mad that it got canceled. And everyone said you should just move it to another field. Just go to another field. Go play where WJ or the Wild Things play. But the dimensions for Pony League baseball are different than that of high school or professional baseball, and so uh, didn't work out this year. It didn't work out. So what I am interested to find out is when I get paid for that event, am I going to get docked the remaining games that we didn't get to do, or am I getting paid for what I set out to do? Because I was available. And I was there on the final night breaking down audio equipment, video equipment, and all that stuff. So, yeah, just an unfortunate thing. I moved back to Pennsylvania in 2020. We have a drought every year, every summer, brown grass, no rain. This year, World Series shows up, never stops raining. Like Seattle in the spring. It's just rain and rain and rain. But hey, what are you going to do? Life goes on, man.
You're right about that. Never get it, never understand it, man. And just like earlier during the summer here, in Ohio, was it the month of July, June, July? It was just hot for no ungodly, just hot, just aggravating hot, make you want to fight somebody, rip a tree out the ground,
Oh
do all
boy.
kind of do all kind of crazy stuff with the heat, man. But yeah, just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, from here till about February the 14th, it's gonna be a football heavy podcast. So we might sprinkle some baseball, some basketball, a little bit of hockey, but right now we gonna talk about football. With that, we got some stuff going on in NFL. We got some
Super
stuff going
Bowl
on in
on
college football.
Valentine's Day.
Like what the hell? They told us we want to add another game. No, don't add another game. So now I got to figure out how to finagle my way to get Valentine's off from work Cause ain't no way in hell I don't ain't no way in hell ain't no way in hell I just can't see myself working the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day. It's like this. I would love for y'all to take y'all ass somewhere else because we ain't finna do this. With
I
that
think
being
I'd go
said,
ahead and I'd give your 6 months notice right now.
yeah, I'm done. Hey, I don't even worry
February
about it.
13th is my last day. I'll see you.
Yeah, February 13th is my last day. I holla at you, boy. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into it. The top of the order.
All right, let's get this thing started. Here it is, the top of the order.
All right, as we alluded to earlier, we're talking about football because as of right now, you know how it goes the hierarchy of football seasons. High school first, college second, and the pros third. I think the CFL is in like week 12 or week 13 or some mess like that. But anyways, anyhow, anywho, before we go to the professional leagues, let's talk about something that made some noise during the weekend involving Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels, his number 5, LSU, Lane Kiffin, somebody getting promised a jersey number and everything like that. So here's the deal. All right. So Lane Kiffin promised DJ Pickett the number 5 jersey. Of course, you know if you've been paying attention.
Actually, I don't think he did.
Oh, he didn't?
This happened before he was the
Before.
coach. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, before he was
This,
the coach.
yeah,
Okay.
this was in his recruiting while LSU was coached by Brian Kelly.
Oh, okay.
And
My
so
my bad.
yeah, and so what essentially happened, he was recruited by Brian Kelly, but as you now know that Lane Kiffin is now in charge of the program, the kid is a freshman.
Mm,
He just entered the program, and therefore now he's like, okay, yeah, I want my number 5 as I was promised, and da 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 da.
mm.
And Lane Kiffin's like, yeah, I mean, since you were promised it, I don't see why not. Now, I mean, there's no other number 5s that come up into my brain.
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh. And here we go. And that's where the story started off with. And I mean, fellas, if you don't mind, because
Go
I've
ahead, B
talked
Dog. Go ahead, do your thing. Yeah, go ahead.
I've talked with you guys ad nauseum about this over the past course a bit or whatever. And I'm just gonna lay it out to the people listening that may or may not know about it. Because it's everywhere.
Mm,
This story is everywhere at this point in time, where all types of sports, all types of media personalities and companies alike are full on social media blasting Jaden Daniels. Like, no one is using the number 5 anymore out of respect to Jaden Daniels. Dave Chappelle has to change his skit from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, and it don't even seem right anymore. But Jaden Daniels, once he found out that this freshman was given the number 5, even though it
DJ
has
Pickett.
yep, DJ Pickett. Mm-hmm.
even though the number has not been retired by LSU, he feels like it was disrespectful towards him that the number had been used. He wants to be treated in the same light as Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's number 9 has not been retired, but it has not been used by anyone. And it's been sort of an unwritten understanding. You know, like in baseball, they have unwritten rules. It's been sort of
Mm-hmm.
like an unwritten understanding that because he's a Heisman Trophy winner and has his standing with the university, that blah blah blah, his numbers should not be used anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And Jaden Daniels took it upon himself to be like, well, if y'all gonna give my number away, I feel like this is disrespectful. I don't want you to use any of my name, image, or likeness in any future endeavors. And so he got his lawyers involved and produced a cease and desist.
Not a C and D.
So according to Jane Daniels' lawyers, LSU can no longer use his name, his image, or likeness. On top of that, he's also asking for LSU to return their the replica of the Heisman Trophy that they have, and it's ridiculous. is flat out absolutely ridiculous. What world do we live in? I can even understand where it came Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow and LSU went 15-0, won a national championship while he won the Heisman. Jane Daniels went 10-3. Yeah, he won the Heisman, but for him to think that he is among the greats of LSU, for his number to be retired or not to be used, ah, entitlement at its finest. And every bit of backlash that Jay Daniels is going to get, he absolutely deserves it. You put this bullseye on your back by bringing something like, what did you think was going to happen? That everybody was just going to roll over and be like, oh, we're gonna actually retire your number for a 10-3 season.
Hell no. Hell,
Come on,
be,
bro.
be live. Hell no. I get it. Like from a historic standpoint, like you said, an unwritten rule. Um, if we stacking stats, what Joe Burrow did versus what Jaden Daniels did, both excellent. But I think Joe Burrow, he got that advantage by winning that natty and throwing for what 60 touchdowns or something ridiculous or
Mm,
something like that. But yeah, still it's kind of like if it's not retired, then the number is still active. That would be like for me for example, playing at the Almighty North Myrtle Beach High School. That'd be like me getting mad because I see some kid wearing number 61. You don't need to be wearing that. I mean, only thing I did was recover a couple fumbles and score a touchdown and tackle a bunch of people and absorb double teams from offensive linemen. That's all I've done. I don't have any sack records. I don't have the all-time tackle records. None of that. I just had a few highlight plays, and then that was it. But you don't see my number hanging up in the rafters or the along the fence along the stadium. So no, I mean if they come together and say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and retire this jersey because of what you did, and we're going to retire Joe Burrow's number for what you did. Okay, you might have a case, but the fact of the matter is it's an active number. And another thing, you're playing in Washington. You're a professional now.
Yes, exactly.
So
Why are you worried about this?
yeah, what we doing? Go ahead, Scotty D.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, why are you looking back? Why do you care about that? You know, that this November, LSU is going to retire the jersey of Burt Jones. That dude played in like 1972. It took him that long to get his jersey number retired. He was their first ever All-American, so that's why they're All-American quarterback. That's why they're going to retire his.
And that's 50 plus years ago, right?
Yeah, yes. So, I mean, cool your jets, dude. This has happened 2 years ago. Uh, exactly. You're a pro. Why do you care about this? You had a really good season, a good season where you got the Heisman. You're a Heisman winner. If it's because of the Burrow thing, Burrow had a unique, historic season. It was better. It was better. They won the national championship. They beat Clemson that year. Was that the Tiger? No, I'm asking. I'm not poking the bear. I'm asking. I
yes,
so
yeah.
you know how great this guy is. You saw because that was a great Clemson team that they won.
Yeah,
That was That was a historic season.
Yeah.
They were undefeated.
it's
Burrow is
it's like I know maybe this was unintentional, but he just has a knack for it.
I
I
think
just
it was
wanted to.
unintentional.
that one was not intent. I was not trying to poke the bear. I mean, you can admit sometimes that you lost a big game without it being a complete personal attack. Okay, let's just get that straight. But so Jaden Daniels being upset about that and then wanting a Heisman Trophy back. But I tell you who else is dumb in this?
Oh, who?
Pickett. They gave him number 3 last year. He played with number 3.
Mm-hmm.
He could diffuse all this by saying, you know what?
Oh,
This is causing a problem. I'm going to keep number 3. That's good. I'm going to make that mine now. That's going to be me. I'm not going to have this guy who won the Heisman 2 years ago. I think there's some I don't know, some mental problems there too. If you can't see what kind of distraction this is causing, this is going to be talked about during your team throughout the year. You're now really putting not only the 5 on your back, but a target on your back, because people are going to see what you're all. But you better be good if you're wearing Jaden Daniels' number to the point that he's suing the school. You better be good, kid. I don't know. To me, the whole thing is dumb from top to bottom. But if the Daniels issue really is because of the Joe Burrow thing, it's kind of like, you remember hearing the story when Jimmy Johnson talked about a player fell asleep on the Dallas Cowboys in a team meeting, and he cut that player. And someone said, what would happen if that was Troy Aikman sleep? And he said, I would have walked over and said, wake up, Troy. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody's equal.
Yeah,
and while I'm on the topic of the Dallas Cowboys, Emmitt Smith is the NFL's all-time leading rusher, and other players have worn 22 for Dallas. And I haven't seen him ranting and raving and throwing fits. Not everybody gets their number retired. Michael Irvin was 88, and since then, Des Bryant has worn 88, Antonio Bryan's worn 88, CeeDee Lamb's worn 88. I mean, not everybody gets their jersey retired. And I know the Cowboys organization does things different, but just come on, man.
Hey, Scotty D, you brought up a very valid point. Did you see Michael Irvin's interview about his number not being retired, how he feels about numbers being retired?
I did not see that, actually.
Ooh, you got to check it out, because he made one of the best points I've ever heard about when it comes to retired numbers. I'm gonna try to quote this as best as I can. Michael Irvin said, if you put my name in the rafters, you're gonna have a ceremony, you're gonna put it up there, and it's gonna be a ceremony and all those things, and that's gonna be pretty much it. But to have his number be worn by another player, every time CeeDee Lamb misses a catch, they're going to say, well, Michael Irvin would have made that catch.
Yep.
And every time CeeDee Lamb makes a great play, he made that catch just like Michael Irvin did. They're going to continue to bring up his name over and over and over again.
So he was honored that somebody's wearing his.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, and you know how crazy Michael Irvin is, but I was like, he hit a point. And it's one of those things where, like, there's a couple ways that you look at it. Even in today's toxic atmospheres when it comes to sports, one of the biggest contention points is LeBron James wearing the number 23.
Yep.
There's a reason why LeBron James chose 23. He's always going to get that constant comparison to Michael Jordan. That was part of the reason why he picked the number 23. And people like to say, well, if LeBron James honors the great because he wears number 23 and blah blah blah. Yada. Ta-da! That's the beauty of having a number and having that type of legacy. Here's another thing when it comes to retiring numbers. A lot of professional players don't get their college number retired until they've had a great professional career. Mm-hmm. Very few college players get their number retired just off the strength of their college career, and very few are transfer players that played at Arizona State University and transferred to LSU. He didn't have an entire career at LSU. What are we talking about here? Yeah. Bro, like, and now you're this is going to be talked about all season. This is a mockery. There's memes on top of memes on top of memes on top of memes.
Yeah.
And this will follow you possibly for the rest of your career.
And no matter what was going to happen, he was always going to get invited back to LSU for let's honor the 5-year anniversary of Jaden Daniels, the 10-year anniversary of the Heisman. Yeah. He was always going to have, a great relationship and great recognition from LSU, and this kind of sours.
Yeah, it does.
It ruins it.
It ruins it. It sours it. It's over.
Yeah, it blew it out of the water.
It is completely over with.
I can smell that bad pot of gumbo all the way up here, man. I don't like the smell of it at all. It's just, just like my point earlier. That was 2 years ago. This is 2 years later. Hey, you better who does the Commanders play week 1? You better get ready for them. How about that?
That's it.
Yeah, that like I'm saying, it's like living in the past. I understand nostalgic classic. we all get like his impact that one year what he did, and then now to be like 2 years removed out of college, I think you're making money off me. But then on top of that, like you no longer have eligibility. So does NIL does that even exist for you? I don't even no. I don't think it does. If somebody out there can find it, let me know if it still exists or not. Because I don't know. No, I just to me it just is silly. Doesn't make any sense. You should have went to the NFL and got number 10, and that would have been the END of it all.
Do you think it's people behind him pushing though? Because Jaden Daniels, the few times I've seen him interviews and what I've learned about him, seemed like a great dude. Like this seems to
Yeah.
me out of character for him. And I heard him say it was like a family. His family was upset about it. I mean, do you think he's getting pushed into this because he's putting himself in a position where if he has a couple bad games this season, people are going to say, well, you shouldn't have been worried about his number. You should be worried regardless of it. Regardless, he could be putting in 14 hours a day in film sessions and camp. Even if he has a bad game, that's going to get brought up and played. So I just wonder if this was like an agent or his Uncle Pookie or whoever it is. Somebody saying, they doing you wrong. LSU's doing you wrong. And I don't know.
I got one even better for you because I had to do a little quick research, and this just makes it 10 times worse. And this is the state of college athletics as we speak of right now. I won't put this all on college athletics. This is more really just on Jaden Daniels, but this is the entitlement that I speak of. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Jaden Daniels did not graduate from LSU. He just
So what are we talking about?
like
What are we talking about? Again, Eli, what are we talking about?
He didn't even finish. Like he got his undergrad degree, he got his bachelor's degree from Arizona State before he went to LSU. Like that is what you honor. Like, what are we doing here? Like you're doing all of this because of your short, brief stint at LSU. And thank you, Scotty D, for donning on donning your cap. Eddie Cool, I know you got your cap somewhere. It's somewhere.
I guess somewhere. Just use your imagination. Hell.
And it's one of those things that used to be a big deal. And now you've reduced college athletics, you've reduced college football to what it is today. A bunch of transfer, NIL. Gimme. What do I deserve? What are you gonna give me? And blah blah blah. My biggest thing is that your NFL career isn't even close to like the completion. You're not even in your prime in your NFL career. You could make an entire legacy for yourself in the NFL, and you get all the bells and whistles. Like, why are we looking at this at 25 years old? 25. Like that is look, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna speak on myself. I'm well past that. I go to therapy. But that's just like me in my 40s, haven't really accomplished anything in life, and now I got to relive my glory days in high school when I was this and that and all the things. Dude, you're a starting quarterback in the NFL. Why do you need this?
You're rich.
Yeah, like why do you need this ego boost? Like what are we doing?
I'm like you, Scotty D. I don't know because I don't I'm trying to not disparage any family member of his because I don't have my mom. She's no longer with us, but his mom is his agent. So I don't know if
she is.
Yeah, I don't know if his mother is in his ear or other people in his ear because, like Scotty D, you brought up a real interesting point about that, and the gears clicking. I was like, well, his mother is his manager / agent or whatever, which is nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. But when it gets to a point to where it's like, hey, they start as a pro athlete or as an athlete in general, you have to minimize any distraction if it's not helping you prepare for weeks 1 through what 17, 18, right? Week 18. Yeah, if it's not helping you go through from week 1 through 18, you don't need this. Because just like you guys said, when he has a good game, we're not even gonna talk about this. He goes on the street where the commanders go 3-5, they're gonna look at him. The defense can play terrible. I mean, the defense can play good in those 3 games, but he could play terrible in those 3 games. They gonna look at him straight at him like, what are we doing, man? And you're coming back, and you're coming off an injury.
Let the number 5 come up on any stat. Let somebody wearing number 5 on the other team have a good stat line. The number 5 is going to haunt him for the rest of his career. And on top of that, like you said, Eddie Cool, I need the leader of my locker room to not be focused on what's going on at his college.
No, I do. Lord have mercy. I do not like it. Like, we are here. You have to look at a franchise like Washington and how they've been in the doldrums for the last 25, 30 years. All right. They have been irrelevant. They went from a controversial name change to a no-name commander skin red. Beli, what's the name?
you got the Washington Redskins no-name football team commander piglets.
Yeah, and you got to deal with that. The Daniel Snyder controversy, the RG3 flub, how they completely messed that up, and now you got your quarterback worried about a freaking, almost said F and almost cussed. You worried about his college number. I get it, name, image, likeness. I fully understand it, but sir, you're a professional now. You're a professional now. That's like me going back to one of my old jobs. Hey, can you hang up my apron and my non-slips at Joe's Crab Shack because I was the whiny dude? No, that's not gonna fly. You just, I don't know, man. I just think his focus is in the wrong place.
Yeah, but sure, yeah.
It's just in the wrong place. You have to focus what's in front of you. Uh, I don't know, fellas. This is this is this is weird. I don't get it.
I love it as a Cowboy fan. I hope they're distracted all season.
Yeah, I bet you do.
If you're the Cowboys, if you're the Giants, and if you're the Eagles, yeah, keep on worried about that jersey number, baby. Yeah, keep on worrying about it.
I'm going to find whoever is wearing number 5 on all these respective teams. I'm going to make sure something. Something.
He's getting trolled because you know how what Chad Ochocinco, what did he used to do? He used to send something to the opposing team. It's gonna be borderline harassment. Or you want to? I know you're not focused. I know this number 5 strikes a chord in you and gets you all aggravated and hot, and aggravated. So yeah, everything 5. Was it 5 gum, 5 alive orange juice, Fox 5, 5 for 5, everything 5. I'm gonna just 5 minutes after 5, 5:55. Yeah, you name it. 6:05. I'm gonna get on your nerves with it. Yeah, because I'm gonna be a lock-headed troll just like that. Fellas, this is nuts. Be Live, yeah, man. College football's coming right around the corner, man. Not too far away. Not too far away.
And so is the NFL. Let's do some picks here. Let's
and on top of all of this, guess who Clemson plays their first game of the season? LSU. That Scotty D wants to bring up
at least
old
wounds.
wounds.
At least you have that going for you. At least it's not Pitt.
Yeah, and the fighting
that part. I told somebody the other day I am 0 for 3 for live events, live Clemson football games against the state of Pennsylvania. I don't like that. 0 for 3. I some got to give. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I don't like it.
Yeah, we don't like that one bit. Fellas, let me see. I don't know if we got enough time. Let me see.
I say let's come on back because you know how we like to do in the NFL.
Yeah, we like some old men sitting on the front porch talking. With that being said, yeah, that does it for Jaden Daniels and this mess. All right, coming back, we're going to be talking about the NFL. We might be back in 5 minutes. We're going to be talking about the AFC. We're going to be picking it, our first to worst division winners, all that fun stuff in the American Football Conference. Hey, week 1 is not too far away. Stick stay. Don't you dare go away. More SportsBros podcast coming at you.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels, Mike McDaniel, Edward Daniel. It don't matter. Commander
Jack Daniels.
Jack
Daniels, Daniel Schneider, Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson, Gary Danielson, the son of Daniel. Get the hell up
Command,
out of here, son.
Commanders are
Yeah,
five.
get five commanders and five. All right, fellas. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna send y'all another one. Back at it again on your favorite sports podcast, none other than Sports Bros podcast. Yeah, we know went a little long about the whole Jaden Daniels situation, but somebody had to talk about it, and we did. All right. As I adjust myself in this comfy chair here, let's go ahead and hop into it, fellas. It's preview time, preview time, preview time for the NFL season. And right now, we'll be previewing and predicting the American Football Conference. All right. So, fellas, how we gonna go by how we gonna do it? We gonna go by division, or how we gonna do it?
Let's start with the AFC North.
All right, let's go ahead and start with the American Football Conference Team North. Oh, up here by my way. Okay, cool. We got the Ravens, the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Browns. And the question is, are the Ravens, are they still the safe bet?
I'm picking the Bengals.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Write that
They are
down.
they are due for a bounce back year, and this is the year that either they win that division, make a playoff run, or their coach finally gets fired. Is that guy's name Zach Taylor or something
Yeah,
like
Zach
that?
Taylor.
Yeah,
I'm still surprised he's still coaching right now.
I am too. That Super Bowl appearance has bought him a lot of free meals, so
Yeah.
he's still eating. But I think it's got to be it for him. Who are you taking in that one, Eddie Poole?
Oh Lord. Let's see. I'm gonna have to roll with the Ravens, man. I just don't trust the Bengals. I just don't.
I
I
get
just
it.
I
I don't
just
trust him either.
I just don't. I mean, I could easily not. I could really not trust the Browns. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
I really don't trust the Bengals, man. It's just I need to see 5 weeks of play before I change my mind, before I change my
yeah,
tune. Yeah,
yeah.
and then again with the Ravens, we're not so sure what they're going to get with their new head coach Jesse Minter, but we know Lamar Jackson will be healthy. Zay Flowers got a big contract. We got Derrick Henry still back there, so if they can still maintain that level of consistency from a few years ago, minus last year, I think the Ravens have a clear shot at the division. Be live. What say you?
Um, there's a lot of uncertainty across the board when it comes to the AFC North.
Mhm.
I still I know I've been back and forth with this a little bit here, but when it comes to our official predictions, I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I just feel
Okay.
like I feel like they have the firepower. And you made a good point when it comes to the Ravens with the new head coach. Because there's a lot of pieces there that you've got there's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to the Ravens and the way their offense normally runs. What are you going to do? Because it's one of those things where we always say if it's not broke, don't fix it. Well,
Hmm.
the Ravens, I feel like it's a little broken. Like it's just it hasn't worked. At least the Bengals, with what they have on their team right now, they made a Super Bowl.
They
The
did.
Ravens still can't get out of their own way at times.
That's true.
And so, with that being said, I'm going to go with the Bengals, but I do have the Ravens making the playoffs.
Okay. So there's what is there? There's three wild card spots in the AFC, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just writing down WC1, WC2, and WC3. All right. So let's take a trip to the south side. The south side. Yeah, the AFC South. We have the Texans, the Jaguars, the Colts, and the Titans. Beli, what say you, man? Who's gonna win it? I think I already know who.
You do.
You
You
already
you
know.
absolutely do.
So I'm gonna put
And
Beli down for Jacksonville.
yeah, and this isn't even a homer pick. This is trajectory. Like
Mm.
I feel like they have something going on with Leon Duval down there.
Yo, Leon, Coach Leon Duval. That's a
Leon
big D
Duval.
boy.
Oh man, Duval.
Oh, yeah. Who's laughing now?
Man, I like the direction that the Jaguars are going. I think they can continue to improve on that. And even if they don't improve, I feel like if they stay right where, if they begin the season like they ended the season and whatnot, I think they are good enough to win the division. So therefore, I am putting the Jacksonville Jaguars winning that division. I'm so hard pressed to see anybody else make it out of that division. I'm not sold on Danny Dimes and the Colts. That's a injuries just waiting to happen again. Houston Texans, great defense. If they could continue to lean on their defense, but CJ Stroud has shown cracks. He's like, I don't think the team is even confident in him anymore. And it's just like that right there. When you lose confidence and you're supposed to be leader, that's now is that injuries? Like I think their wide receiver core is still one of the best in the league, but again, you got to get them the ball.
Yeah, they gotta get
And,
healthy.
and so that old line of Houston needs work and everything. So maybe their defense and will them to a wild card, but I'm not picking them. I'm not making them my pick on them.
So Beli picks the Jacksonville Jaguars. Scotty D, what say you?
I've been back and forth with it, and I had the Texans and then scratched them out and put the Jaguars down. For the simple fact, I can't get the game against the Steelers off my mind last year and how bad C.J. Stroud played in that playoff game. And I do think that this kid is talented and confident enough where he will rebound, and the team will still be fine this year. Defensively, they proved to be outstanding, and I think he's too talented for him to not play well. I just don't know that. Um, I don't believe they're going to overtake the Jaguars in that division, and same reason Bela said coaching.
Yep. Yep. So Scotty D, you pick Jacksonville. I'm writing these down live on the podcast. He also picks Jacksonville as well too. Clean sweep, fellas. The Jaguars. I mean, the Jaguars are good. They got a hell of a good defense. That offense is clicking as well too. They have a great group of wide receivers. Leon Duval seems to be the quarterback whisperer. I'm sorry, Liam Cole. No, but I still like Leon Duval. Hey, he should trademark that name. Leon Duval, brother of David Duval.
His real name is Liam Cohen. That's what they're called.
Yeah. So with the whole scheme down there, Jackson is something brewing down there in Jacksonville, man. And Jacksonville could turn into Saxonville because every few years they just unleash the beast down there. So I'm gonna pick the Jags, man. I'm gonna pick the Jags because I see Tennessee going through growing pains this year. I don't know what version of the Colts we're going to get. Are we going to get the 5-0 Colts and then the season collapse Colts with Philip Rivers going dead gumming on the sidelines? And Houston, I'm not used to Scotty D. I can't get CJ. I can't get that performance out of my head either in the playoffs. So, yeah, clean sweep for Jacksonville. All right, fellas, let's take a trip up the road, up 95, and let's take a trip to the AFC East. The Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, and the beloved, hated Patriots.
Ah,
I'm going Bills.
Okay.
I don't care if the Patriots win the Super Bowl. I thought they were a fluke team last year. I think they have a lot of distraction. Their head coach and his little side piece this past off season.
Stop it. I forgot all about that.
I think the Patriot. I got the Patriots taking a major step back and missing the playoffs. I'm taking the Bills.
ooh, you don't have the
Ooh.
Patriots in the playoffs at
I
all.
do not. I do not.
Ooh.
Mm.
Mm.
That is cold.
Cold blood. Be like it. Go ahead.
Ooh,
Ooh.
it's cold.
Ooh, I felt. Ooh.
Yeah,
What's the AC? What's the AC on?
yeah,
A 10 up in here? Good God. Ooh, damn, Scott.
I have the Patriots at least making it to the playoffs, but I do agree that the Buffalo Bills, I believe, are the team to beat. I believe they're going to win the division, but I'm going to put I'm gonna put the Patriots in the as a wild card. I understand. Hey, did you have a what was her name? Diana
Don
Rossini?
Rossini,
Did
yeah.
you have a thing for her or something? You feel slighted that Mike Rabel got he got the
She
goods
is
instead
quite
of you?
cute. She is quite
I
cute.
was gonna say that felt a little
No, and I'm a Vrabel fan. I think that
Yeah.
he's the sole reason they did as well as they did last year because I think he's an outstanding coach.
oh
But
yeah, and
I
that's
also felt like they played a little over their head last year and won some games that they may not win if they had played them again. Then they get to the postseason, they have to beat a Broncos team with a backup quarterback, and then they get destroyed by Seattle. I just don't see the Patriots being a really a great perennial great team. Now I could be wrong, and they could still trend in the right direction. I think they're still a growing team, but sometimes teams that hit that early mark like that, they do take a step back, and that's where I have them taking a step back this year. I
Yeah.
might pick them to win the Super Bowl next year, but this year they are not going to be playing in January.
all right.
Be like, who'd you pick?
I picked the Bills to win the division. I picked the Patriots to make it in the wild card.
Okay. I'm gonna be live. The Bills. Yeah, man. It's the Bills and then everybody else. I'm not gonna lie to you. Scotty D, you may be right between the distractions and peaking early. Because what's a team that peaked early and they just haven't been right since? I forgot who it was. I'm not gonna say Detroit, but
Well, I mean, you could make that argument for the Colts last year.
yes, yes, yeah, but yeah, they peaked early and then petered out at the end of the season. So clean sweep. We have to agree with the Bills, and because you got to think about it. You're looking at New York Jets, year two of the Aaron Glenn era. We don't know what we're gonna get. And the Dolphins, they're pretty much started from scratch. No Tyreek Hill, no Tua. We got Malik Willis, and who's the Dolphins coach? Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, so no disrespect to the Dolphin fans, but it's just yeah, as the kids say, I just don't see it for them, all right? So let's go ahead and take the trip to the West Side, the AFC West. And this one's going to be good. We have the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Raiders, the AFC West, aka the AFL. Oh, let's see. As I look at this here, I don't know what version of Bo Nix we're going to get.
Mhm.
I don't know because coming back from injury, you're kind of skeptical about that. And then we have Patrick Mahomes coming back from injury. Let's see. And then we just have the Raiders doing their thing, and then we have the Chargers. Who will it be the toughest division to predict? I'm gonna say the Chargers.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
look at
catch.
you.
I'm gonna catch hell for this one. I'm gonna give my phone about 5 minutes. I'm gonna catch hell for this because a friend of mine in California. She told me straight up. She said, "Hey, don't nobody care about the Chargers like that." But hey, man, I think the Chargers could shock the world, man. Because the thing about Jim Harbaugh, the team will have a stellar defense, and his quarterback is always, always, always on point. And Justin Herbert, Justin Herbert, look at me and listen to me real good. I'm gonna need you to get back in top 10 consideration. Okay. Because I was very high off of you coming, very high you coming out of college. I'm gonna need you to get back in top 10 consideration. And I think he can do it, man. He has a damn good coach in Jim Harbaugh. Amari Hampton, he'll be back healthy. That defense is solid, stellar. So I'm gonna say the Chargers. Or as they say on B Live, or B Live just say on Madden, San Diego Supercharge. What say you, Scotty D?
I am also taking the Chargers.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And it's because I believe in Jim Harbaugh to the point that it has to happen sooner or later. I think it's happening now with Mike McDaniel coming in to take over and do a little whisper. And Mike McDaniel there whispering Justin Herbert this year.
Yeah, with
He
them with
got
them
he got
with them knee high pants on, with them knee knockers, them crab diggers. What they call them, crab diggers, ankle biters. But go ahead.
yeah. I just feel like it's this has got to be the time where they finally take a step forward. And the Chiefs, who have been winning that division, are a little rocked. And I can't expect Mahomes to be the version of Mahomes we're used to seeing right off the get-go. I think he's going to have to play himself back into shape, and it could take a month or two. And the Chiefs might find themselves right around 500 by the time we get into mid to late October. So I'm going to say the Chargers are going to have a strong regular season. I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl, but I think they'll win that.
Yep. All right, Be Live. Drum roll, please.
Well, fellas, I hate to disappoint you. Will not be a clean sweep. I do not believe that highly in the Chargers. I just something about Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. I just like the way they played last season.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that is something that Bo Nix may have a drop off like that, that sophomore slump that might happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they played defense last year, I feel will keep them in contention for a lot of games that they may not have. That'll keep them in games, and I think that will be good for the Broncos to win the division. I have the Chargers making it a wild card, and here's a big shocker, probably to a lot of people. I don't see the
Chiefs.
I don't see the Chiefs making the playoffs. I just I think here's the thing. I think Travis Kelce is a year past retirement.
Ooh,
I feel he's a married man now. I think he's achieved everything that there is to achieve. So I don't think you get 100% Travis Kelce this year. I think he's Hollywood now, and I feel that's one of the focal points. I'm not totally sold on Xavier Worthy and Rasheed Rice. I'm just Isaiah Pacheco. He had some moments. I don't know how well the running game is going to be this year. I just there's a
be like, don't forget they got Kenneth Walker the third.
Oh, that is correct. That could shake it up a little bit.
Mm.
That could shake up, but I don't know. Whew,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I said. Yeah.
All right, so be
uh,
like you have the
yeah,
Ravens, the Patriots, and Chargers as your wild card
yeah.
teams.
I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to stick to my guns. Kenneth Walker might will the Chiefs enough to get them into the playoffs, but the way things are sitting right now, there's a lot of uncertainty there. I think that they're on the back end of a couple things. So that's where I sit.
All
All
right,
right.
Eddie,
So,
cool. Who you have as your wild cards?
let's see. Do. The Bengals, the Patriots, and somehow the Houston Texans sneak in.
Okay.
Yeah, because I
I
just don't. That's it. Who you got, Scotty D?
I also have the Texans as a wild card team. I have the Ravens making a wild card, and I do have to believe that Patrick Mahomes will get the Chiefs into the postseason somehow, someday.
All right. So
So
me,
yeah,
me,
I did not actually include the two teams that were in the AFC Championship last game. I got the Broncos and Patriots both not making the postseason this year.
ooh, ain't that something? All right, and that about does it for our AFC.
One more item of business though before we
Okay,
move.
one more. Okay, what we got? What we got?
Who are we predicting to be the worst team in all of the AFC? I mean, we got three heavy candidates, and when you look at the Browns, the Jets, and the Raiders, those are three pretty solid candidates to be picking number one come next April.
Jets, Jets.
Eddie Cole's going with the Jets.
Yeah.
I'm going with the
I,
Browns. I
I'm
think they're a
just,
disaster right now.
Eddie, Eddie, I hate to do this to you because you have to deal with this. But yeah, I think it's the Browns.
I don't have to deal with it. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. What are you talking about? I ain't
Hey,
got. Hey,
I'm,
hey, look. Our
I'm,
team won the division last year. 9-8, 8-11. Who, what, did don't matter. We won the damn division. Went to the
It's
playoffs.
like,
All right.
no game is easy when it comes to the National Football League. But I'm going to be traveling quite a bit to hopefully have it to be an easy game and an easy W for the Carolina Panthers because I'll be attending that game live with my boy Eddie Cool. We will be in Cleveland for the Browns versus the Panthers. Yes, sir.
Be Live, I would have us go to the community lot, but I don't want us to get beat the hell up. So I'll just figure somewhere else for us to go, so we won't get beat the hell up. Nah, but Cleveland is a cool city, man. It's a cool city, man. A lot of places to go, explore, and do things. Hey, man, relax. Hey, look, Cleveland, relax. Just have a beer, all right? It ain't that bad, all right? All right, now that we got that out the way, oh yeah, which team will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl?
Let's hold off on that.
You know what? Yes, let's do that.
Let's do next thing we'll do. Let's do NFC, and then we'll do our Super Bowl predictions when we finish the NFC next week. So next week we'll do that, and get a week to stew on this and see if anybody has a season-ending injury before we make our picks. So we'll give ourselves another week on the Super Bowl thing.
Something happened with a safety turn linebacker in Minnesota, but we'll talk about that next week. All right. All right. With
Yes.
that being said, you hear the chimes. This time once again for the Sports Bros draft coming at you.
It is time for the Sports Bros Draft.
And we're back right here at the Sports Bros podcast. Choices of the voices. It'll come back eventually, but for right now, we've been on a hot streak with this draft, and people seem to like it a whole hell of a lot. So with that being said, Scotty D, what
All
team
right,
are
we're
we
going to be
drafting this week?
drafting our all-time announcers. Before we do that, though, I do want to mention this. It feels like a long time ago since we've done this, but
Yeah, about 6 years
on
now.
my page that I posted, we did quarterbacks, current quarterbacks, and on my page it looks like B Live got off the schneid. He had 9 votes to my 4 to Eddie drew a goose egg with the
So as
with
soon
the
as they
with
saw
the
Bryce Young, they
the
said the
Bryce
hell
Young
with it.
breaking egg. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Damn, Bryce. I love you, Bryce, but damn, they don't love you, man. They don't love you.
so B Live is in the win column now. We've all now gotten a W in our draft. And this week we're going to be drafting all-time announcers. Now the caveat to this is these are play-by-play announcers or color commentators in game. And this could be for college or any pro sport. We're not doing studio hosts, sideline reporters, sports center anchors, or pro wrestling. This is strictly sports play-by-play and color commentators. This basically networks and up to a couple years ago streaming. So actual in-game announcers.
Yeah.
And I believe I am first.
Yep.
And I will choose the undisputed greatest announcer in the history of sports, Vin Scully. And I will tell you this too: I'm only picking people that I have heard announce. I've never listened to Mel Allen or Red Barber in real time. You know, some of these legends. So I didn't really state that as a rule. You guys can do that if you like, but I'm only going to stick with people that I have heard announce, just because I listen to. So
Yep. I had a chance to catch a Vin Scully broadcast. The best thing about Vin Scully, he did it all by himself, no help.
yeah, and I believe he retired finally in like 2016 or 17. So he fairly recently, Vin was still calling games. So you know, we all would have had opportunities to hear him on TV or even young, you know, we were younger. And I used to listen to XM radio coming home from overtime when I was a manager and just put on the Dodgers to see what Vin was doing because the Dodgers are playing on the West Coast and it was late at night. So I listened. So I got Vin Scully. That leaves you, Eddie Cool. You have the next choice.
And Scotty D, according to my draft prognosticators, that is the #1 overall choice. #1 overall. All right. All right. With that being said, for some reasons, for some strange reason, some people tend not to like him, but I grew up with him. Al Michaels.
Ah,
Yeah, good old. I was split between
I
him
don't
and
think
another guy.
there's nothing wrong with that pick because that's probably who I would have chosen if I was picking after Vin Scully.
that was
I think
actually
he's
going.
great.
That was going to be my choice, but
Yeah.
all right.
Yep, Al Mike. Yeah, he know.
I
Al
don't know. A
Michaels-
lot of people don't like him. He's gotten some criticism in the last few years of like maybe he's lost a step, so to speak. But I find no fault with Al Michaels. I think he's one of the all-time greats.
Oh yeah,
He did what?
Yeah. He has a lot of legendary calls. Eli, who you got?
Yeah. So here's the deal. You know, he did some Super Bowls, Olympics. He was the one that did like. Do you believe in miracles? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's Al Michaels. Go ahead, be live.
All right. So again, like when it comes to this draft situation, I gotta hit with some big names as well as all time greats. So I'm gonna start with a big name first, and I'm gonna go with my man. He has a video game.
Ooh.
I got to go with John Madden. John Madden. I have to do it.
Tough acting to acting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Blowing through the walls and stuff. Oh, I miss him so much.
Oh man,
That's a turducken.
John Madden. Yes, sir. That's my pick. Scotty D, what you got?
I'm going to go with Jim Nance. I think he's been just a complete steady presence on the microphone, whether it's on the golf course or March Madness. No matter what he's done, he's been fantastic. So I will take Jim Nance. Eddie Cool.
Be live. I'm going to pick John Madden's longtime partner, Pat Summerall, here and welcome to Fox NFL Sunday. Coming to you live from Cowboys Stadium. Is that a good impersonation of him?
That's pretty good. Now, if he didn't pick him, would you have taken him to pair him with John Madden?
I would not have. I would not have done that.
All right.
I would not. I did a little bit of parody here and there, but this one right here, one of the most well-known names in college basketball. You got to talk about the diaper dandies, baby. Tipsy tooth. My man, Dickie V, Dick Vitale. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah. And it is a blessing that Dick Vitale is still with us.
Oh
Jesus
man.
Christ.
Really is.
Yeah, it is such a blessing. It is that he is still with us. All right, Scotty D, who you got?
I'm torn here between a few, and this one is legendary and controversial, but I'll go with Howard Cosell.
With
Howard Cosell.
Cosell.
Welcome to another episode of Monday Night Football here, coming to you live from Giants Stadium. I got a impersonation from everybody.
When
I
I was a
love
kid,
this.
he was Monday Night Football. He was the voice. I mean, he was it. He made things seem bigger, and uh,
Yeah.
he's a legend. And he was kind of an a-hole, but he was still he's still a legendary voice on the microphone. Who
That's
you got there?
because I'm Howard Cosell.
Who you got, Eddie Cole?
Oh boy, I am torn between two, but I'm gonna have to do it. You're gonna find me talking about New York Knicks games. I'm Marv Albert.
Ah,
It's a good one.
Yep.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. This one right here, it's more modern, more new. But if you ever get a chance to watch any of Stephen Curry's highlights, you're gonna hear this one guy. Bang!
Mike Breen.
Mike
Mike
Breen. Yes.
Underrated. He's very good.
Very, very good. Very good. Very good. So damn, saying
Which
like
leads to my pick, and I take Doris Burke.
So we all know that that's not a thing.
Okay.
that's why I'm like, I was about to send the local hospital to come check your temperature.
Right.
I will choose who I feel like is the greatest hockey announcer of all time, Doc Emmerich.
I knew.
Remember, he brought us the word exaltations.
Yeah.
Mike
Duh.
Emmerich. All right, let's see. Who do we have here? As I'm looking at my list. Let's see. You know what? He's my personal favorite. He kind of sounds like the guy that I mentioned earlier, but when he calls the game, he brings the energy. The one, the only, Kevin Harlan here in Minnesota. Kevin Harlan.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Do I want
Or
to
when you
do
start
it?
getting down towards the end, you're afraid to leave somebody out.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the list. I'm like, ugh. Be Live, I know you got one close to you. I mean, I know there's a few college football guys you want to. I'm just saying, it's just a few out there.
There's a few out there, but I cannot let this one go by because this is Hall of Fame through and through. This name is recognized, especially throughout the 90s and
I think you're getting ready to take
2000.
my next pick.
I absolutely am. I'm just going to let you know. This is definitely going baseball with this one. Bob Costas.
Okay,
That
Bob
was
Costas.
not my next pick.
Oh.
Ooh.
But no, can't argue with Bob Costas.
Oh man, I was like,
One of
let
the
me.
all-time greats.
I was like, please leave him on there. Please leave him on there because he was on my mind. I wanted to hit with the heavy hitters first, but I was wanting to see if he was still on. But Bob Costas is definitely legendary when it comes to calling the sport of baseball. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he is.
All right,
I
Scotty
thought
D.
you were going to go Keith Jackson, and that's who I'm going to go with.
Okay, yes, Keith
Oh,
Jackson.
Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly Keith Jackson. He was up there.
Yeah, that's one of the like they say, when you talk about college football, 8 times out of 10, Keith Jackson's name is attached to it. So let's see. We're doing play-by-play and color commentary, guys, right?
Yeah. Finish strong, Eddie Cole.
All right, I'm gonna finish strong because this next pick, I'll tell you. Now here's a guy that slides into the scene on Monday Night Football, the one, the only, former Bengals wide receiver, Chris Collinsworth.
Oh Lord, and his
See,
obsession.
I think he's really good, but a lot of people hate him. I think he's fantastic.
He's good. He's now here's a guy. I mean, now whenever you hear now here's a guy, see him slide into the frame, it's automatic. So I'm running out with Chris Collinsworth. I feel bad because I left somebody off the list.
Well, there's a bunch I've left
There's
off
gonna be
too.
this is definitely a bunch of them. This
Yeah.
one I just cannot allow it. I cannot allow it to go down. Hey, even though I'm not a Cubs fan,
Mm.
you cannot.
Harry Carey.
Harry Carey, that is a iconic voice that you cannot just let slide. And that is my guy on this draft, finishing off this draft. I feel really good about my draft
You
picks.
went pretty heavy with the color guys. There were John Madden, Dick Vitale, and Harry Carey was play-by-play, but he was as colorful as they came. Actually.
Big glasses and all.
Yeah.
7th inning stretch. Oh, man,
I'm
Harry
somewhat
Carey.
ashamed that I didn't pick Lanny for Terry, who was my personal mentor and who I think was as good a baseball announcer as ever lived, other than Vin Scully. But not on a national level. That's why I didn't choose.
And did you expect me to pick Herb Street, Eddie? Is that who you thought I was gonna pick?
No, Keith Jackson or either Vern or Lundquist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought you might have gone with them. I thought you might have gone Chris Fowler as the college football guy too. Because Chris Fowler's pretty darn solid.
Oh, hell yeah. He's good. We didn't mention Troy Aikman, Joe Buck.
Joe Buck was on my list, but I couldn't get past Harry Carey. That was going to be the one. If y'all didn't pick him, I was like, that was the one that I was going to bring it on home with. Brent Musburger.
Yeah.
Brent Musburger definitely. Now that is my guy. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the most exciting 25 seconds of football. Brent Musburger when he talking about my Clemson Tigers. That's my dude. That'd have been a homer pick. I know I need to bring another victory home. I feel good about this.
Jay Billis was a guy that I considered too. I think he's as good as he gets when it comes to college basketball. Mike Tirico.
Yeah.
Mike Tirico definitely jumped up leaps and bounds after the Olympics.
Well, he can do anything. He can do any sport. He's that good where he can do everything and sound intelligent, like has deep knowledge and he's a great voice. I mean, he's one of the best.
Yep.
As far as like broad spectrum, he's like in his prime, probably the best out there. No one took Romo.
I mean,
where's Romo?
I mean,
Romo in trouble, baby. Romo.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was not gonna say it.
Scotty D. If I'd have picked Tony Romo, that would have just given you hours more content on how you like to pick on my adoration for the adult beverages. No, I was like, I'm not giving you that opportunity. And
nope,
I don't think. See, the thing with Romo is he doesn't have deep enough of a resume for me. He's right now. He has a few great years that he's produced, but the guys I listed are outside of Mike Breen, and Mike Breen's been doing it for a very long time. He's just become recognizable over the past decade. But yeah, the guys I have on my list are storied.
I don't think there's a bad list between the three of us. I mean,
no, not really.
No, this is a
great. We pretty much all went with storied guys. I mean, guys who've been around a long time and have been considered the class of their field in multiple sports. All right, so we'll be posting these and sharing them online and seeing what the people think. And next week we'll do another draft, and we will draft next week. What do I have written down? We'll do all-time NFL running backs next week.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good
historic NFL draft history. And good luck to the three of us each picking only 5 when it comes to the greatest running backs of all time, because that list can go on and on. You can go deep onto that list and find a legend.
Yeah, that's the case. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time on the NFL Throwback channel on YouTube. So I learn about all kind of guys.
We may even have to expand that one to like another 6-person draft. we get into it. We did that. What did we do that for before? Oh, the wrestling songs that we went an extra round, I think, for that. So, all right.
I know we're short on time. I have to ask this because we're on the air. I don't care. Chris Berman, he wouldn't qualify for this, right?
Well, he did some baseball, but his primary thing was being like an anchor on
Yeah.
Sports Center and NFL Live, whatever, the Sunday night NFL things.
Because
I,
that was
I
one I had to think about. I was like, oh, when you start stipulating the rules, I was like, he can't
Yeah.
make it because
yeah, I didn't even write him on my list because of that, because he did do some baseball, but not enough. I don't think where that's like what his primary job
yeah,
is.
he
So
did a home run derby. That's the only thing I remember him
yeah,
for.
he did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of
But
great guys. A lot of great guys. All right. With that being said, B Live ain't at the stadium, but I'm gonna grab my baseball bat and get my Andres Galarraga stand. You wanna know why? Because it's time for the walk-off shot. Stick stay. We're gonna be right back with the walk-off shot right here on the Sports Bros Podcast.
And a walk-off.
Okay, boys, time to wrap it up. Let's go home with some walk-off shots.
All right, y'all, back here at the Sports Bros podcast. And you know what time it is? It's time to go home and circle the bases and get the hell out of here. Why? Because this is the walk-off shot where we take an individual story and we talk about it for a little bit. And shout out to Scotty D for introducing the idea of the walk-off shot. Pepper was cool, but sometimes you got to evolve. But nevertheless, it's still the same podcast with the same three bros doing the same old thing. All right. And with that being said, I'll go first. So some history happened in Tuscaloosa, not Tuscaloosa, Tuskegee. I'm sorry, Tuskegee, Alabama, on this past Monday night, where Be Live has an affinity for the world sport of soccer. According to Instagram account, their official Instagram account, the Tuskegee men's soccer stepped onto the field for the first time and gave the Golden Tigers a moment nobody can ever take away. The first soccer goal in the program's history. The milestone came against the program's exhibition against Enterprise State Community College at Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium, opening an entire new chapter in Tuskegee athletics history. Now you got to think about that. Generations of Tigers will score more goals after this, but there will only be one first. A new sport, a new tradition, and now a part of Tuskegee history. I think they are a D2 school and they compete in the SIAC, the SIAC conference. So, yeah, shout out to the Golden Tigers, making things happen, making history yet again. Over to you, Scotty D.
Well, this week would have been a good Pepper week because I've had a hard time narrowing down what I wanted to share this week. We got the suffering Paul Skeen situation with the Pirates. We have Jeannie Buss and her controversy with her siblings over the sale of the Lakers. Tommy John, the legend, passed away this past week. And Von Miller signed up with the Dallas Cowboys. But what I really wanted to drive out of the park was a guy who drove the ball out of the park in his debut against the Chicago Cubs this past week. A young man by the name of Joshua Baez. His first appearance, his first pitch he saw at Wrigley Field, he hit 449 feet. If that isn't enough to have a memorable debut, the next two times the dude got to the plate, he went yard again. 3 home runs in his first 3 major league at-bats at Wrigley Field as a Cardinal. You can't get much better than that. Man, what a memorable weekend for that kid to be able to do that on Saturday afternoon. It got to go down in history as one of the all-time greatest debuts in sports history. That's the good news. The bad news is, where do you go from now, kid? Nowhere to go but down. That's that one. But wow, what a memory for this young man, Josh Baez. 3 for 4, 3 home runs at Wrigley. Be Live, take us home.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take this opportunity before I present my third and final pepper point, aka the walk-off shot, with a shameless plug. If you want to see Joshua Baez's first ever home run, you can check us out on all of our social media sites here with the Sports Bros podcast with our segment that I like to call Lift It, where Joshua Baez came in third for the third longest home run this week. It was at Wrigley Field. With a 33-degree angle as a velocity of 108.6 miles per hour. You want to know why I have that? Because I have those stats readily available when I do that segment. So you can see the highlights of that first ever home run from Joshua Baez of the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, with my walk-off shot, this should be taught in universities. For every professional or future professional athlete, especially football, for what not to do when you are under contract, when you're getting paid millions upon millions of dollars to play a sport. This is what you don't do. You don't do whatever Brandon Ayuk does. Whatever you do, don't do what he did. If you have to do rehab, do rehab. If you get hurt, follow instructions that are outlined in your contract. Don't get in your feelings about different stuff and blah, 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 because now you are literally on the outside looking in. Because as of recently this past week, the San Francisco 49ers said, bruh, you no longer have a spot in our locker room. It's over for you. Nameplate and all. He has been removed from the locker room. He continues to still be on the what's the thing called, the reserve left squad.
It was the NFI, the non-football injury. Well, he did have an injury, but
Well, he's not. He's on the reserve left squad list, which basically means for anybody that's been in the military, he went AWOL. He did not report for duty, and therefore the 49ers are not on the hook for a roster spot. They're not on the hook for the salary cap. They're not on the hook for anything. But here's the thing. Ayuk can't sign anywhere else because he's still technically under contract. He has to apply for reinstatement through the NFL commissioner in order for him to return to the NFL. And who would want Brandon Ayuk at this moment? Bruh, I think it's over. I think
Yeah.
you have signed for an early grave. We're gonna note as today, August 18th, 2026, the end of the career of Brandon Ayuk. Please don't be like Brandon Ayuk. Ever. 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 Yep, that'll do it for me. I'm good. All right.
I've seen some of his shenanigans on IG, and I'm like, bro, this ain't a good look.
None of it.
This is not a good look. I mean, I understand that at the end of the day, everybody wants their money. I want my money. Scotty D wants his money. Beli wants his money. But it's a way you got to go about it. I'm sorry. I know it's grammatically correct, but it's the way you have to go about it. And him pouring money on the floor and doing all this stuff and making these wild AB-esque posts. It didn't work for him, so it damn sure ain't gonna work for you. So in the words of Scotty D, what does he need to do, Scotty D?
Do better.
There we go. With that being said, that does it for another action-packed episode of the Sports Bros podcast. We went long, we went strong, but we are glad you were here. You can be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us. And then in closing, do something nice for yourself. And if you can, do something nice for someone else. They'll greatly appreciate it now more than ever. Be a blessing, not a burden. This is your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. Be live. Take us home.
Yes, sir.
I know one thing. I'm about to rub some lavender on my hands and sip a glass of wine, and I'm about to lay it down for a little bit. Hey, with that being said, y'all take care. See y'all next week.
The button to call and end the episode. All right.